Hello friends, welcome to all of you to my YouTube channel Journey with Vijay Kumar Srivastav. Today we are going to study the topic maize cultivation. Maize is also known as corn, so we will study in details about its perspectives. Maize is one of the important crop from where we are getting a lot of questions in different competitive exams. So we will cover all those points. So let's proceed. First we will go through introduction of maize crop. Maize is also known as corn crop and it is belonging to the family Poaceae. Maize botanical name is G maize, where the G word is derived from Greek name which means food grass. The genus G is having 4 species, out of which G maize is economically important, so it is grown globally. The center of origin of maize crop is considered as Mexico and Central America, and it is the world's second leading crop and is widely cultivated as cereal grain, and it is one of the most versatile emerging crop having wider adaptability. Globally, maize is known as queen of cereals. Why? Because of its highest genetic yield potential, as no other crop is having potential like maize in cereal group. In Indian perspective, maize is the third most important food grain crop after wheat and rice, and it is the only food cereal crop that can be grown in diverse seasons, different ecologies, and as per wider usage. Another qualities of maize crop, it is having less water demanding nature compared to other cereal crops. It is belonging to a C4 plant and having day neutral plant nature. Related to maize, CIMMYT is one of the important international agriculture organization which is having the headquarters at Mexico. And this CIMMYT refers to the International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center. CIMMYT is the Spanish acronym. Maize is having different type of grain kernels like normal yellow or white grain corn, sweet corn, baby corn, popcorn, waxy corn, high amylase corn, high oil corn, quality protein maize, because maize is consisting gene protein. And apart from this, maize is an important industrial raw material and provides large opportunities for value addition. Related to maize, we are getting a lot of questions in different competitive exams like maize belongs to which family, the center of origin of maize crop, which crop is known as beans of cereal, and maize belongs to which group like C4 or C3. Maize is a day neutral plant, and where is the improvement center for maize. So these are the different questions related to maize in different exams. Here to focus on maize production and its consumption status. In India, as per 2018-19, the total cultivated area is around 9.2 million hectares. Among Indian states, Madhya Pradesh and Karnataka are highest acreage under maize, which are contributing 15% each, and it is followed by Maharashtra, which is contributing around 10%, Rajasthan 9%, Uttar Pradesh 8%, and there are various other states. The Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh and Bihar is the highest maize producers. Andhra Pradesh is having highest state productivity, where the production is taking place in West Godavari and Krishna district, where it is recording high around 12 tons per hectare productivity. If we will see the consumption pattern, bulk of the maize production in India, where 47% is used as poultry feed. So poultry industry is having major contribution in maize consumption. Of the rest of the produce, 13% is used as livestock feed, 13% is also used as food purpose, 14% utilization in starch industry, 7% as a processed food, and 6% for export and other purposes. So if we see here, poultry and livestock are the major sectors for maize consumption. Now, botany of maize crop. Maize is a monoecious plant that is having both male and female flowers on same plant at different angles. Maize produces male flowers on a terminal axis which is known as tassel, and female flowers on lateral axis which is known as silk ears or copes that arises in the axils of vegetative leaves. Generally in maize, the tassels are appearing 2 to 3 days before silk emergence, which is beneficial in seed setting and pollination process. Maize is having determinate growth type, means reproductive growth takes place only after completion of vegetative phase. And maize is an annual plant which completes its life cycle in a single season. In maize, there is ear pollination and cross pollination method, means the pollens are falling from one plant to silk ear of another plant. So there is cross pollination and it is taking through air. So here we can say there are different topics which are related to different competitive exams, like first in maize crop, first tassels are appearing or first silk is appearing, which is a male part, which is female part, and maize is a monoecious plant, or maize is having which type of growth, like determinate or indeterminate, and it is an annual plant or biennial plant, and which mode of pollination in maize crop, it is taking place by self pollination or cross pollination or air pollination. So these all related topics are playing important role for different competitive exams. There are different types of corns and they are having different usage. So we will study in brief about different type of corns. First one is dent corn, which is used primarily as an animal food and also as a staple food. It is important human food and industrial material. However, white dent often receives a premium price in the dry milling industry, where it utilized for certain human food products because of its whiter starch. Next corn is flint corn, where the relative amounts of soft and corneous starch vary in varieties. Generally the kernels are smooth and rounded, and the ears are long and slender with a comparatively small number of rows or kernels. In temperate zones, flint corn often matures earlier, germinates better, and has more spring vigor. Now flour corn, which is one of the oldest type of corn American and Indians used to ground the soft kernels for flour making. Kernels tend to shrink uniformly upon drying, so usually have little or no denting. When dry, they are easy to grind. Next is high amylose corn. Amylomaize is the generic name of corn that has an amylose content higher than 50%. The starch from high amylose corn is used in the textile industry, in gum candies, and as an adhesive in the manufacture of corrugated cardboards. Now sweet corn, where the sugary gene prevents or retards the normal conversion of sugar into a starch during endosperm development, and the kernels accumulates a water-soluble polysaccharide that is called phytoglycogen. As a result, the dry sugary kernels are wrinkled and glassy. The higher content of water-soluble polysaccharide adds a texture quality factor in addition to sweetness. Now popcorns. Popcorns are perhaps the most primitive of the surviving races of maize, and this corn type is characterized by a very hard, corneous endosperm containing only a small portion of soft starch, and popcorns are essentially small kerneled flint types. Next is pod corn. Pod corn is known as tunicate maize, which is more of an ornamental type. The ear is also enclosed in husks, as with other types of corn. Homozygous pod corn usually is highly self-sterile, and the ordinary type of pod corn is heterozygous. Pod corn may be dent, sweet, waxy, pop, flint, or flowery in endosperm characteristics, and this pod corn is not grown commercially. Next is waxy corn. Waxy corn name derives from the waxy appearance of the endosperm exposed in a cleanly cut cross section. Common starch is approximately 73% amylopectin and 27% amylose, whereas waxy starch is composed entirely with amylopectin. Waxy corn are used by the food industry as stabilizers and thickener for puddings, pie fillings, sauces, gravies, retorted foods, salad dressings, and others. Other waxy products are used in remoistening adhesive in the manufacture of gummed tape, in adhesives, and in the paper industry. Waxy grain is also grown as a feed for dairy cattle and livestock. So, the corn is having various uses. Now to study the growth stages of maize crop. The various stages of maize growth are broadly divided into vegetative and reproductive stage. Vegetative stage comprises from germination or sprouting stage to tasseling stage. First stage is seedling or sprouting stage, which comes about 1 week after sowing, and the plants have about 2 to 4 leaves at this stage. Next stage is grain growth stage, which is also known as knee height stage of the plant, which arrives about 35 to 45 days after sowing. After that, there is tasseling and flowering initiation stage, which is the stage at which the tassels or male flowers appear. Generally, the maize plant would have attained its full height at the stage of tasseling. Next stage is reproductive stage, which starts from silking stage to harvesting stage. Silking stage involving the formation of the female flowers or copes in the first reproductive stage, and that occurs 2 to 3 days after tasseling stage. So in different competitions we are getting the question in maize plant which organ is appearing first, tassel or silk. So correct answer will be tasseling is the first stage, followed by silking after 2 to 3 days of tassel's appearance. Silking stage begins when the silks are visible outside the husk. These are axillary flowers, unlike tassels that are terminal ones. Pollination occurs when these new moist silk catch the falling pollen grains from male flower tassels. Next stage is soft duff stage or milky stage, which commences after pollination and fertilization is over. Grains start developing, but they do not become hard. This soft duff stage is noticed by the silks on the top of the cob, which remain particularly green at this stage. The covering of the cobs also remains green. Next stage is hard duff stage or maturity stage, which show that the leaves get dried. Silk gets dried completely and become very brittle, and harvesting is done when the grains are fully matured and dried. For commercial cultivation of maize crop, open pollinated varieties and hybrids are used. Due to hybridization, now OP varieties have been replaced by hybrids. Hybrids are having the desired traits because of their more adaptability. Hybrids are having better yield potential. They have greater uniformity, improved quality. They are having disease and pest resistance and wider adaptation in different ecologies. So hybrids are more preferred these days compared to open pollinated varieties. What is hybrid seed? Now we will understand. The seed F1 generation, which is produced from a cross between genetically dissimilar parent, and the hybrid vigor or heterosis is the absolute phenomenon where expression of the characteristics such as growth related traits, flowering and yield fall outside the range of its parents with superiority. Means in hybrid seed, if we are using male and female parent, after crossing there is production of hybrid seeds which is superior to its parent, providing the highest yield quality and better uniformity and quality. So these are having the superior quality compared to open pollinated varieties, resulting in greater hybridization in maize cultivation. Here to discuss the principles of maize hybrid seed production. In maize hybrid seed production, we are using two parents, A line and R line. A line is known as female parent, where the detasseling is done to make female sterile, and R line is male parent, which is male restorer line, which is fertile and it is supplying the pollen for the cross pollination, where its pollen is falling on silk stigma of female parents. After that, after outcrossing cross pollination, there will be development of F1 seeds. In case of corn hybrid seed production, there are different stages which start from sowing, then vegetative stage, boot leaf stage, flowering stage, cross pollination stage, seed development, after that maturity and harvest. And whatever the seeds is produced after harvesting of A line, it will be F1 hybrid seeds which is used for commercial cultivations. Here we have shown the picture of corn hybrid seed production where we can observe there are two lines of male where the tassels are appeared upper side, and in case of female line A line, detasseling has been done and the female part silk from cobs are present, where after the pollination from male tassels the pollen are falling on silk of cobs, where after the development there will be formation of F1 hybrid seed. In case of row ratio, it can vary from 4:1 to 6:2 by the ratio of female to male. There are different types of hybrid which are produced in maize for commercial cultivation. Crosses between male and females can be made in 4 different ways to give rise to different kinds of hybrids. In earlier period, 3-way cross hybrids, double cross hybrids, modified 3-way cross hybrids were in maximum cultivation, but now presently these hybrids have been replaced by single cross hybrids, which is the cross between two inbred lines, and single cross hybrids are having high yield potential. Another hybrid is 3-way cross hybrids, where the crosses can be made between a single cross hybrid A into B is the seed parent, and it is crossed as another inbred line C which works as a pollen parent. So here 3 lines are used, A, B and C. Another hybrid, double cross hybrids, which is produced by crossing between 2 different single crosses. So here it is the multiplication of A into B and C into D. So here 4 inbred lines are used to produce double cross hybrids. Another hybrid, modified single crosses, which is a progeny from 2 related inbreds, is the seed parent, and 1 unrelated inbred as a pollen parent. So here also 2 lines are used, but A line is modified. Next hybrid, double modified single cross hybrids, which is a progeny from 2 single crosses and each developed by crossing 2 related inbreds. Means first line is multiplied by A into A related lines, parental lines, and second is B into B, which is they are related inbreds. So here also are used for the production of double modified single crosses. Next is modified 3-way cross hybrids, which is the progeny of a single cross as female parent and another single cross between 2 related inbreds. Next hybrid, top cross hybrids, where one of the parent is an open pollinated variety and the other parent is a single cross hybrid or an inbred line. So these are the different hybrids which are produced in corn. Now we will go through cultivation practices of maize. First we will start with sowing. Maize is a crop which can be grown in different ecologies as having wider adaptability. Maize can be grown in all seasons. In Kharif, which is also known as monsoon season, sowing generally commences from last week of June and it can be done till first fortnight of July. In Rabi season, which is also known as post-monsoon, where the sowing commences from last week of October and sowing can be done till 15th of November. In a spring season, generally the sowing starts from first week of February. So throughout the year, maize can be grown in all seasons. In Kharif season, it is desirable to complete the sowing operation 12 to 15 days ahead before the onset of monsoon, because till that time the crop will be in seedling stage, and at that time when the rain starts, it will give the good growth to the standing crop. In Rabi and spring seasons, to achieve higher yields, farmers should have assured irrigation facilities. In rainfed areas, at the sowing time, sowing should be coincided with the onset of monsoon. So, there are a wide range of sowing for corn cultivation. As method of sowing or method of planting is concerned, maize sowing can be done manually or by dribbling method or by using planters. And the planting methods which are generally used, like planting can be done on the ridge side, planting can be done in furrows, planting can be done on flat bed with no earthing up, and planting on flat bed with earthing up, and there is also provision of transplanting of maize seedling in winter season. So there are various methods available for corn planting. And while sowing, we have to take care that sowing depth should be in between 3 to 5 centimeter, and it must be uniform to get a uniform emergence. Now seed rate and spacing. The seed source what is used for cultivation should be from truthful or pure sources, and generally the seed rate is used as a 8 kg per acre. And for optimum cultivation of maize, to maintain optimum plant population, row to row spacing is generally maintained 48 to 60 centimeters, and plant to plant spacing is 15 to 20 centimeters. Generally a population of 30 to 35,000 plants per acre is good harvest to get optimum yield or higher side yield. In maize or corn cultivation, to get the desired yield, good plant stand, good plant population is very important, and it's depend upon the seed germination. So seed should be from truthful sources. In corn, there is hypogeal germination. Hypogeal germination is the kind of germination where the epicotyle elongates and the young shoots are coming outside of the soil and the cotyledon remains below the soil. In this picture we can understand that young shoot is above the ground and the seed endosperm is below the ground and the roots are going downwards. And germination begins when the seed able to reach a moisture content of about 30%. And for germination, moisture as well as temperature is, soil temperature is very important to get good germination and timely germination. Primary radicle is followed by seminal roots as the first organ to emerge from the seed and moving downwards. In many competitions we are getting the question what is hypogeal germination and which type of germination in corn seed. So we should understand the type of germination in corn is hypogeal germination. In case of epigeal germination, the cotyledon is coming outside after germination. So that is the difference between hypogeal and epigeal germination. Now to study root system in maize crop. In maize crop, there are three types of roots. First is seminal roots, second is adventitious root, and third is brace or prop roots. Seminal roots develop from the radicle and persist for long period. Second root is adventitious roots, which are fibrous roots which are developing from the lower nodes of a stem below ground level, and these are the effective and active roots of the plant. Third is brace or prop roots, which are produced by lower two nodes. The roots grow very rapidly and almost equally outwards and downwards. And suitable soils may allow corn root growth up to 60 cm laterally and in depth. So these three types of roots are giving nutrition and extending to crop plant. Earthing up is the operation which is done in maize cultivation to get good crop stand. Earthing up or ridging is the technique in agriculture and horticulture of piling up soil around the base of a plant. It can be done by hands, where we can use different agriculture implements like a hoe or a spade, and it can be done by powered machinery also by using tractor. And earthing up is done when the crop age is around 30 to 35 days after planting. Earthing up soil around the base of plants during weeding is beneficial because earthing up is helpful in encouraging growth of the plants, and it is giving the opportunity to grow adventitious roots, and they are providing the strength to the plant which prevents from lodging or any physical damage to the crop. Earthing up also minimizes erosion from heavy rainfall, and it is playing important role in weed control and helps the plant to survive, eliminating certain pests while earthing up operation and physical manipulation of soil. So the process is very, very important to get good crop stand, and applying the nutrients in a better way, and irrigation system is easily done by giving the earthing up, and control of insect pest in different ways. Weeding is important operation in maize cultivation. 2 to 3 weedings may be necessary, following which the crop is going for earthing up to provide better extendability. There is no need of weeding operations after earthing up, and effective weed control can be achieved by spraying Simazine or Atrazine herbicides at the rate 1 to 1.25 kg per hectare at 50% vegetable powder spray before the crop germinates. These are pre-emergence hybrids where the spraying should be done in between sowing to germination. Next is irrigation. It has been estimated that the maize crop requires about 50% of its total water requirement in a short period of 30 to 35 days after tasseling. Critical stages of irrigation during crop growth is during flowering period and post-flowering stage, particularly during grain filling period. So we have to ensure proper irrigation supply from tasseling to seed filling stage, grain filling stage. Next is fertilizer application. For good growth of maize crop plants, there should be application of 25 tons of farmyard manures per hectare, and timely application of inorganic fertilizers as nitrogen at the rate 100 kg per hectare, phosphorus at the rate 75 kg per hectare, and potash at the rate 75 kg per hectare as a basal dose. On 20th and 40th days after sowing, we can apply 50 kg nitrogen and 25 kg phosphorus as top dressing application method. In maize, we have to go for micronutrient spray also because it will eliminate micronutrient deficiencies. Zinc and magnesium deficiencies are common in leaves, for which we can apply zinc sulfate at the rate 20 kg per hectare fertilizer while sowing. And micronutrient mixture can be applied 62.5 per hectare mixed with 40 kg of sand after sowing the seeds. So there should be proper balancing of fertilizer applications to get good yields and good crop growth. There are various intercropping systems which can be used along with maize cultivation. The maize based important intercropping systems are maize with pigeon pea, with cowpea. It can be grown as intercropping with mung bean, with urd bean. This is grown with sugarcane, maize plus soybean. Maize can be grown with a cauliflower vegetable. It can be grown with carrot, potato, cotton and spinach. So there is wider adaptability of intercropping system with maize. Now to study the anthesis, pollination and flowering behavior of maize crop. Maize is an example of protandry crop. Protandry means male flowering taking place before emergence of female flowering. Male seeding generally begins 1 to 3 days in advance before the silk emerges from the cob. In maize, tassel is male organ and cob or ear or silk is the female organ, where the tassel is coming 1 to 3 days before emergence of silk. It is estimated that a normal tassel produces around 2.5 crores of pollen grains, and these pollen grains are viable for 12 to 18 hours, and silk remains receptive for 8 to 10 days. So means crossing can take place up to 10 days, and the flowering continues up to 2 weeks. So there is chances of good crossing during the whole flowering period, anthesis period of 15 days or 2 weeks. In maize, as the male organ is tassel, and the tasseling is the process of emergence of tassels. Tasseling stage begins when the last branch of the tassel is visible and silk have not emerged. This stage begins about 2 to 3 days before silk emergence, and the plant is almost at its full height and pollen shed begins. Pollen shed typically occurs in the morning or evening hours. Now silking. Silking refers to the opening or emergence of female organs. Silking stage begins when any silk is visible out at the husk. Falling pollen grains are captured by the silk and grow down the silk over a 24 hours period, ultimately fertilizing the ovule. Means when pollen is falling on silk, the crossing or fertilization is taking place within 24 hours. The ovule becomes a kernel after crossing or fertilization. It takes upward of 3 days for all silk on a single ear to be exposed and pollinated. If an ovule is not fertilized, it will not produce a kernel and it eventually degenerates. So these are about anthesis pollination of corn crop. Maize is a cross-pollinated crop. In this cross-pollination, pollen of one tassel from one plant is falling on the stigma or silk of another plant. So it is named cross-pollination, and it is taking place through wind pollination, wind movement. And there is different criteria for seed setting, like longer duration of pollen shedding. If tassel is having high bulk amount of pollen, it will fertilize maximum number of silk and fertilize ovules. Irrigation is very important criteria for seed setting. During flowering period and crossing period, seed setting period, there should be adequate irrigation facility. If there is shortage of irrigation while flowering, pollen shedding will be impacted. Nutrition and irrigation management is required because it will increase pollen production, it will increase the pollination time and increase seed setting. And stigma receptivity is the one of the important factor, because if it is receptive for longer period, there are maximum chances of fertilization which will result in grain formation. Wind velocity is very important for cross pollination because the movement of pollen is depending upon the wind direction and wind speed or wind velocity. So these are the factors which are impacting the seed setting. Here we have shown the some field snaps related to crop formation and its maturity stage. Physiological maturity is the parameter of harvesting of maize crop. Corn seeds have a black layer at the base of the seed. The layer forms at physiological maturity at about 30% moisture content, and this black layer is the indication of maximum seed dry weight. So at this stage we can proceed for harvesting. This is the indication, and after physiological maturity only we should proceed for harvesting. This black layer represents that the crop has come to a stage where it can develop its capability to produce a new plant, identical plant. So after harvesting of this stage, these grains can be used to grow next successive crop. Now to study about harvesting of maize crop. Harvesting may begins as early when developing kernels approach to physiological maturity. Maize seed is commonly harvested at the moisture of 15 to 25%, and harvesting fully mature seed will result in maximum yield, improved appearance of seed, better seedling vigor in the subsequent crop, and greater resistance to mechanical injury while handling in the conditioning plant, and reduced susceptibility to injury from high drying temperatures. The husks are removed manually while harvesting, and post-harvest operation as cob drying, grading and selling is done in sunshine conditions. After harvesting, we have to take care of post-harvest operations. To get the good prices from market, the produce should be of uniform quality and same texture. There should not be adulteration of different grain colors or damaged cobs or damaged grains. So we have to take care like there should be no variation in cobs, there should be no variations in grain color or texture, no variation in shank color, because if shank is different there may be little differences in grain color also. We have to remove diseased, pest infested cobs, dissimilar cobs before selling, and the grains should be dried to the optimum moisture before selling, and seller should be also cleaned thoroughly to avoid any admixture from earlier cobs or produce were sold in the same machine. And finally the seed or grain should be dried till the moisture 12%. If moisture is high, there are chances of damage inside and it will spoil the quality. Selling is the process which is generally followed in corn crop, which refers to the process to remove corn kernels from the cobs for using as a seed or grain or feeding to livestock or for other usage. Different types of sellers like hand sellers or tractor operator sellers or power sellers are used for selling purpose. While selling, we have to take care of the RPM round per minute of sellers to avoid any mechanical damage or breakage to the grain produce. Otherwise it will make the quality inferior and ultimately it will affect on procurement prices. Here to study about major diseases, insect pests regarding plant protection aspect. As diseases are concerned, the some important diseases are Triticum leaf blight, Medes leaf blight, Polypsora rust, banded leaf and sheath blights. So these are the major important diseases which we are facing in hybrid seed production fields. So the suitable measures to be adopted for the control timely by the spray of different chemicals. After observing the diseased and insect infested plants in the field, immediately it should be rocked out and destroying outside to avoid the further spread of the disease or insect. As the insects are concerned, soot fly, stalk borer, cob borer, and fall armyworm are the important pests in corn, for which the suitable spray measures should be taken timely to control. So this presentation was all about maize cultivation. Hope this will be useful to all of you. Thank you very much. I have given here my YouTube channel details, Journey with Vijay Kumar Srivastav. Having request, please visit the channel, subscribe it, and provide your kind and valuable feedback. Thank you.